Ranger Dan here, and today we're out at Bitter Creek National Wildlife Refuge, and we're gonna go around checking out different places, looking at different artifacts, and we're gonna ask ourselves some questions, like when did this come from, and who put it here? So to start us off, we've got this farm equipment right here next to me, and strewn about, and also this barn here if you turn around and look behind you. So I wanna ask you, when do you think this came from, and who do you think put it there? Follow along in your CondorKids journal, and you can ask yourself, was this the Chumash, the missionaries, rancheros, later naturalists and biologists, or was this modern, recently today? Did I put this here? So, what do you think? Mark it down in your journals, and get ready, because we're gonna go check out next spot here at Bitter Creek National Wildlife Refuge.
We're inside of the bunkhouse that our wildlife biologists stay at when they're here at Bitter Creek National Wildlife Refuge. And right now, we're gonna look at a few items that we store here in this case for safekeeping that we've archived with our archaeologists already. And we're gonna find out and ask ourselves, when did this come from? What people might have used these different items? First up here is a projectile point. Some folks might call this an arrowhead, but it's actually called a projectile point. Oftentimes they're used on the ends of spears. And you can see real close in there, all those grooves where they've slowly shaped these edges, these notches, so that they can attach it to an arrow or attach it to a spear. So when do you think this came from? 10 years ago, 100 years ago, 10,000 years ago? What people might have used it? How about that? An old Coca-Cola can. See that you had to use a can opener to get into it. It doesn't have the tabs like we do now. So who do you think might have left this behind? Or when did this potentially come from? So what about these? They look pretty old. I promise you they're older than our biologists. But this reminds me of specimen tubes when I was catching bees at a different job. And maybe this was used for something like that. This is pretty old too. Maybe even older. But yeah, what time do you think these came from? Well, thanks for stopping by. Let's go to our next stop and find out some other artifacts from history found here around Bitter Creek National Wildlife Refuge. Here we have what's called a baler. This machine was used to take hay up off the ground and put it into bales, into those rectangles like you see sometimes. So I want to ask you, when do you think this was from? Or who do you think put it there? And if you follow me around over this way, check out this old home. This was hand-built quite a bit ago. So, give you a little hint there, but when do you think this came from? Our final stop is the flight pen. And this is where our biologists work with biologists from the Santa Barbara Zoo to capture wild California condors, to perform medical exams, and take care of the equipment that we use to monitor them in the wild. Now, when do you think this is from? See you later, Condor Kids.